All right, guys, this next gentleman coming to the stage, very funny gentleman. Please put your hands together for Oursland. So, there's this stereotype that comics are damaged people.
Yeah.
Guilty. See, I had this deviated septum. And when you combine it with minor allergies, it turns out that I have a very poor sense of smell. But when I lack that sense of smell, I more than make up for with a heightened sense of rejection. I developed this sense of rejection by going through 2 divorces by the time I was 8. And then my father died 4 years after that, which isn't funny, but I'm just preparing you for a sad joke at the end of the story. So I was raised by a single mother, which, trust me, isn't as great as it sounds. I think like a lot of my generation, I was totally a latchkey kid. I'd come home to an empty house and a boil-in-the-bag dinner after school. Turns out that Generation X probably should have been called Generation Neglect. Growing up without a father was tough. And so I turned to television and movies to get my father figures. My role models were superhero action stars and comics. And since I couldn't be a flamethrower-wielding, alien-fighting total badass, comedy is the only thing that makes me feel like I'm worthy of a father's love. Incidentally, it's pretty strange having Sigourney Weaver as one of your father figures. So, I think that this was probably a pretty common experience. And I often wonder if these television and movie stars realized that they were fathers to the children of single mothers. I mean, besides Arnold, obviously. I actually remember the very first time I wanted to do stand-up, and this is the sad story, so I just want to prepare you, and feel free to laugh even if you feel guilty. I was 12 years old, and I was sitting at home alone doing my homework, when I came up with my very first original joke. And when my mom, and I knew at that moment that I wanted to be a comedian. So when my mom got home, I was so excited, I said, "Mom, you want to hear this joke that I just made up?" And she looked at me and she paused a beat and said, "Your father's dead." And this is a sad story because I'm 30 seconds into my comedy career and I'm already being heckled by my mother. Thank you. I now am
Alan Oursland, let him hear it.
Yes.
You're a bitch, Manny.
All right, he wanted me to say Alan Oursland looks like Ron White if he got Botox injections. That's right. We're going to do a podcast again. I'm going to go back. What?
Imagine if you had delivered that not like a little bitch.
Yeah, thank you. All right. I'm coming, ladies and gentlemen. A lovable asshole.